Hey everyone, welcome to my live July earnings reveal, and thank you for bearing with me because it is actually August that I'm doing this. I haven't looked at my earnings yet because it kind of stresses me out, so I'm excited to go live with you if you're here today, and if you're just you're watching the recording and you're just excited to see my shocked face when I find out how much I earned. I hope you enjoy that too. I'm expecting this to be a pretty short broadcast, just like 5 or 10 minutes to kind of see my earnings and see what stories contributed to them, and hopefully not feel too bad about myself. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's been a tough couple of months. The writing juices have not been flowing like they used to. I'm under a lot of pressure from my day job and just the pandemic. I know that obviously everyone's having a really hard time, and I'm a lot luckier than a lot of other people. For one, I've got let's see if I can show you, my favorite coworker with me today. Oops, sorry, this was really fuzzy. Come on, Astrid, look at the camera. And, I live in a great place, but all this to say, if you are like me and you haven't been writing a lot for whatever reason, give yourself some grace. Medium and writing in general is going to be there for you when you're ready to come back to it. So let's get into this. Kind of nervous, kind of excited. Mostly excited. All right, see if I can remember how to share my screen. Let's try that. Share screen. Okay. Maybe like this. Oh, there we go. So here we are in Medium. Let's go to my stats first. I haven't written anything this month. Oh, wow. Got a ton of views yesterday. I wonder what that was for. Yeah, you can see I wrote 2 stories July 13th, and then another like 5 stories this month. So not doing that great in July. Let's see how much. Actually, before I go in, I just want to double check. If everyone can see my screen and hopefully my earnings, post a comment in the meantime. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Amy. Hi, Akash. Hi, Denisa. Hi, Ola. Yeah, sorry about the delay with the videos. It's been a heck of a month. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, I'll just wait for anyone to confirm that they can see this. I don't know how much of a lag there is between me posting and someone writing a comment. Hi, Ryan. I'll have a sip of tea while I wait. Hi, Mehdi. Okay, Amy's confirmed. Let's jump in. All right, so 4 stories. Let's see how much money, or 5 stories in July. Okay, that's August. Oh. Okay, you know what? That's not my best month, but not my worst month. Nearly $1,000. Wow. It's times like this that I'm just reminded how lucky I am to have gotten on Medium early on, and how much it matters to have that built-in base already. Even though I didn't write very much, my stories that I wrote months ago are still continuing to earn money. So this story, whoops, I wrote this in May and it had a huge spike in July, and that's why I'm still getting money in July, even though I wrote it in May. Yeah, look at that. So all that money from July. Thank you to whatever curator decided to spike it. Gotta be grateful. Let's see what else. This one went viral when I first wrote it. This is my number 1 viral story ever. I have never seen this kind of money or stories. Yeah, I had a little uptick this month. That was surprising. Nice little surprise. But again, this is what I mean. Again, I wrote this back in May and I'm still earning money for it. Let's see what else. Ooh, I wrote this actually. Did I write this one? I might have done a live blog post for this one. I can't remember. Maybe, I feel like I wrote this live. And if so, if you were there with me writing this, I firmly believe you guys are my good luck charm. Whenever I write a blog post live, it always gets curated. It's pretty neat. Okay, so not as bad as I was like, it's just going to be pennies this month. I'm glad it's not that bad. Yeah, I think this is the one post I wrote this month that actually earned a lot of money this month. And even it's not a huge amount. I mean, it's a fair amount of money, but you know. All right, let's see. Anybody still there? How much was my last month? That's a question from Ola. Is this June? June, I made a lot of money. June, I made $2,500, which is my second best month after May. In May, I wrote 2 viral stories, one about deeply miserable people and one about insecure girlfriends, written from the heart because I was once a very insecure girlfriend. So yeah, July is not my worst month by far. It's, you know, it's probably my worst one since just this past 2 months, but not bad at all. And August, I mean, we're only 10 months in, 10 days in even, and it's not looking too bad. It just all adds up, doesn't it? Look at all these $1 stories. I wrote these like years ago, you know? And then, yeah, and this is all based on, I think I've published 1 story this month about Taylor Swift, she is my BFF. I love her and I feel like she loves me even though we've never met. But that's the 1 story I published this month. Yeah, I mean, not my best month, not my worst month. What can you do? $1,000, definitely not anything to complain about. Thank you everyone who confirmed that they can see my screen while I'm here. Does anybody have any questions? I want to be as transparent as I can. I know that like a lot of what I do is luck, but anything that I can answer that would help clarify your path, that would help you hopefully also earn this much money, definitely let me know. Anything I can do to clarify and help out, please let me know. Thank you, Danissa. I don't know if these comments go live afterwards, but she said, I think what you do is amazing, being so transparent and showing us everything on your account. That's the thing I really want to do most. Like, it's hard when you see people being successful and you're like, I don't understand what they're doing or how they're getting up there. And when I was just in my beginning of my Medium career, there were a couple people who they answered every question. They helped me out so much. So I always want to pay that forward and help everyone else who wants to make money by writing. Ryan, how do I come up with ideas? You know, I scroll on Twitter. That's like my #1 idea source, actually. So I'll just be like, I follow a lot of my favorite thought-provoking accounts. So like Psychology Today. I follow a lot of just fun accounts like Merriam-Webster is a goldmine. I've written about Merriam-Webster a couple of times. Just funny things that I see on Twitter sometimes will inspire me or make me ask a question. A lot of times, like that's one of the things that's actually been hardest about the pandemic, because a lot of my ideas come from talking to other people. And since I've been in lockdown, I haven't been talking to other people as much. So that's been a lot harder to get that source of ideas. I would say to anyone struggling to come up with ideas, I would suspect that the problem is not that you're struggling to come up with ideas. It's that you're struggling to recognize when you have an idea and then to write it down. Every time you have a question that you're like, I wonder if, I don't know, leave-in conditioner is better for your hair than non-leave-in conditioner. That's like a potential blog post idea, because, you know, if you can write about it and you have any amount of curiosity and passion, it will make a good blog post. Amy, when did I start writing on Medium? I started September 2018, so coming up to my 2-year anniversary on the platform. Might do something special. Maybe I'll like drink a bottle of cheap champagne or something. I don't know. Do I aim for a certain amount of stories per week or month? From Monica's design process. I aim, I used to aim for twice a day, if you can believe it. Now I do not. I aim for twice a week because of everything that's going on. And as you can see from this, you can see the little dots on the screen are how often I actually wrote. I'm falling very short from that goal, but I try twice per week. That's my goal. Lacey asks, I've written 3 blog posts. They have not been curated. Am I in curation jail? How many stories did I write before I got curated the first time? Fun fact, I started writing before curation existed. I know, it's weird to think that it's only been on for, 2 years, but things change quickly on Medium. It's hard to tell if you're in curation jail. Let me show you how real quick. What you do is you go to stats. Oh, I'm already on stats. Pick your thing, and then right here under the story title, you will see this story was distributed or this story was not distributed. Hover over the question mark, and if it says something like curators chose not to distribute the story because it didn't meet the criteria or something like that, That's good and bad news. Bad news, you haven't been curated. Good news, your stories are still being reviewed. If you get a notice like curators were unable to review the story due to high volume, that might mean you're in curation jail. Curators are not looking at your stories for curation potential. So as long as they're still reviewing your stories, that's a good sign. You're not in curation jail. I think the first time I got curated that I knew I was curated was like maybe October 2019, maybe like 4 or 5 stories in. It was a listicle about my cats. So I owe all my success to them. Chris, I have only been writing on Medium for 2 weeks. Oh, and your videos have been a huge help. I'm so glad, Chris. That's the whole point of making these. So I'm really glad they are helpful. Ola says, I've tried to write for Illumination. Yes, so Illumination are a great publication for beginners because they can bolster your, like if you have 0 followers and you get into Illumination, you might get more reads than if you just self-published. However, as you start increasing your follower count and you start like really narrowing down your own writing style, I always recommend trying different publications, like see which ones work for you, see which ones are a good fit for you, your writing style, your potential audience. And for me, I love Mind Cafe, Better Marketing, PS I Love You. Those are kind of like my wheelhouse, but I also love Stories Mag, Jane Austen's Wastebasket. So just play around and see what works for you. How Medium understands that an article you wrote made someone to buy a membership, and how does that translate into revenue? Great question from Sassy and Awesome. So what Medium does, like let's say I don't pay money for my Medium membership and I read an article and I'm like, this is good. And then I read another one two weeks later and I'm like, this is good. And I read a third one. And at that point, Medium's like, you need to buy a membership. If I then buy a membership at that point, Medium will look at the past, I think 30 or 31 days of stuff that I've read. And at that point, my $5 membership goes retroactively to the people whose stories I read back when I was still like a free member. Hopefully that made sense. There is a link. I can find it and add it to the video description. Medium does a much better job explaining how that works. Sunny says, which topics pay more? Honestly, that I have not been able to find an answer for that. I've written stuff that is very personal to me that has made a lot of money. I've written more technical stuff that's made a lot of money. I've written like humor that makes a lot of money and vice versa. So I've written a lot of stuff that also has not made a lot of money. I think the main thing that makes a difference for money is the title more than anything else, because if you can get people clicking on the title, then Medium registers that as like, oh, people obviously are very interested in this and want to, check it out. So if you're getting curated but aren't getting a lot of revenue, I would recommend workshopping your title a little bit more than workshopping your topics, if that makes sense to you, Sunny. Kaustub, I'm so sorry, I've mispronounced your name 100%. If you feel like posting a pronunciation guide, please feel free. Yeah, I haven't posted any videos in 3 weeks because I've been having a little crisis myself at my day job, but feeling better about that. So I'm back on my YouTube life. Hack to get curated, right for towards data science. Rick says that, yeah, there are a couple of publications that are kind of like in with Medium curators. So they have curation ability. I don't know for sure. And I don't know like if they can guarantee it, but if you're publishing for a publication a lot and you notice that you're getting curated every time, that's potentially either you're a really good writer, which is always possible, or they're a publication that has control over curation. A lot of them sign NDAs, so they can't like advertise it, but I mean, just look on the curation pages. You'll see some publications come up again and again and again, and that's your clue. Mohammed asks, what proportion of articles do I aim to write with topics I already know versus the ones I have to research from scratch? To be honest, I wish I had a game plan for that. I kind of write by the seat of my pants. So I would say probably 50% research, 50% just for fun. Okay, so when I do Write With Me Live, those are all 100% just for fun, no research needed or very little research needed because I want to get it done in like 45 minutes, an hour. Right now I am working on one about Merriam-Webster that I'm having to cite a lot of different sources and do a little bit of research. So yeah, 50-50, Mohammed. Aaliyah. Hi, Aaliyah. Is it possible to be accepted into Better Marketing with Medium-related articles? Good question. I don't know. I personally have been, but I don't know if like I'm the exception and they don't allow regular writers. I think the last time I wrote a Medium-based article for Better Marketing was like a month ago. And like I said, stuff on Medium changes so often, so it might not be the case anymore. Thinis said, my first story got curated, so I wanted to say thank you. I mean, I'm glad I could help in any way I could, but it was your story, not mine. So congratulations 100% to you. Aaliyah asked, I lived in Western Asia. How can I get my earnings? And is writing short fiction can rank? As for how you can get your earnings, I don't know. If your country isn't partnered with Stripe, that's the end of my expertise, unfortunately. I know some people have been able to get around that. So if anybody isn't in a country that works with Stripe but has been able to get Medium money, please post a comment, email me, let me know, because I know it's possible, but I don't know how. And I know I get asked this all the time. So anything I can do to be helpful, let me know. I was waiting for you to make that cha-cha-cha. I don't even recognize my own patterns. How do I get more followers? That's a deep question. I get followers by posting in new publications, because I feel like if I post in the same old publications, the people who follow those and like my stuff probably already follow me. So new publications, new topics, and posting outside of Medium. So like I tweet about my stories, I send them out in my newsletter. I post about them on Instagram sometimes. So try new audiences, that's key. Are tech-related topics highly paid? Yes, yeah, I think so. It's really hard for me to say because I have a very small sample size for tech-related articles. The ones I have written have a very high read to money ratio. So for example, if I write something and it gets 1,000 views, I can normally count on about $15. I know, it's not very much. Whereas for the data technical ones I write, I can normally count on more like $20 to $25 per 1,000 views. I don't know if that's just because of curation or because of the publications I write for, or if I just got lucky or unlucky. So I would recommend that if you're interested in tech, experiment, see which publications pay you a lot and which ones don't. That's as far as I can say for that one, because I think I've written maybe like 3 technical ones. Congratulations to Jim for getting into innovation. That's amazing. When did I start my newsletter? About a year ago, Monica, I started my newsletter. I don't promote it very actively. I kind of let people sign up if they want to. I used to post a link at the bottom of every single story, but a lot of publications I write in don't allow that. So I just stopped. That's a reason. Do your own publication so you can play by your own rules instead of having to follow somebody else's. Where was I going with that? Yes, sorry, mini rant about publications over. Yeah, I started it about a year ago. Very organic, gradual growth. But if you're here because you got an email from my newsletter, it's all worth it. Hi, Tarun. No worries. It was very short notice, so don't apologize for being late. I kind of decided to do this about 20 minutes ago, so I'm glad people showed up to begin with. All right, I have got to get back to my day job and finish my lunch break, but it was great to see you all, and I was happy to answer your questions, and also very happy / surprised that I made $1,000 this month. Did not expect that, so I'm happy and relieved that I still got it. Yeah, I am hoping to do another Write With Me live session this weekend. We'll see if that happens. If so, I will hopefully see you there, and if not, I'll see you on my next video. As always, if you have any ideas for videos, if you have any questions that aren't addressed in my videos, let me know. It's because of questions like yours that I can make content that is hopefully useful for people and can help them find success on Medium. Okay, I'm getting hungry, so I will have to go. So I will leave you all soon. All right, bye everyone.